Hi, this is Soonja Soo Kim, Practitioner Level 3, Quantum Healing Hypnosis Technique. Today, we are going to talk about claustrophobia. Yang she came in for a session to find out why she has been suffering from claustrophobic since childhood. And along with it, she has had depression and lack of energy and anxiety, and she doesn't know why, but in the middle of her chest, she felt heavy ball of emotions sits in her chest. Cannot even breathe well, something's pressing down. Now, usually, there are many reasons why people have all these issues, but we are going to talk about Yang's case only. Now, when people are saying it's from childhood issue, usually it's a good guess that the problem started from the past life. And her hazard showed her 2 lives that involved with the flood. The first life was long times ago. She was a man, survived by the flood, and it was okay life. But the second flood, they showed her, was traumatic, and still she is suffering from that past life. Now, the scene that they shown her was that she was enjoying beautiful life and marveling the beauty of sunset. And children are playing, and she's a beautiful young lady, dressed well. All of a sudden she felt something bad is gonna happen. And in a second, she was swept away, and she was now trying to breathe. And going through that scene, she was literally panic attacked. And then she gasped for airs. And then right away she bolted up, her eyes wide open, glaring. Beside her, I calmed her down. Don't worry, it's safe. Everything's fine. Then she closed her eyes, and we continued. Without that, emotions. Now she's observing everything as a third party, not directly involved. So therefore, she doesn't have to feel all these emotions. No panic, no feeling of not able to breathe, all that sadness. And because that instance happened in past life, she still carries that trauma to this current life, and she has been suffering since childhood. And also she mentioned in the interview, she feels this huge ball of emotions sitting on her chest. She's feeling heavy and almost like dragging herself. And she feels always sad for most of things. She simply doesn't know why. So when we met her higher self, she has claustrophobic developed from that flood, that life that she had as a lady, lost children in that flood. When the flood happens, it's not only the water, the mud comes with it. The mud goes over people's body, close all the openings of the body, chokes them and seal them so they could not breathe. And that's what she's been feeling through this many panic attacks. in nightmares, repeating the life again and again and again. But she didn't know what it was cause of it, but she was feeling that effect. Claustrophobia, where she felt pitch dark, she needs a light. What happened was because the mud sealed every openings of her body. It was pitch dark to her. So to her, little light is a glimmer of hope. So that's what she's been doing in this current life. From her higher self, they were explaining to her that all the muds choked her and sealed her face. So I see the client's face was just removing mud from her face. And herself was removing energetically. All the mud was sealing her face so that she can breathe. That was cause of that. And from that flood life, also, she was in panic. She was such a guilt that was unable to save her children. And therefore, she feels guilty and sadness. She didn't know why, but that's the feeling she has because of that. And so, the higher self told her that she couldn't save anybody in that situation. Nobody could. And everybody look after themselves, and you are not responsible for everybody's lives. Because she literally felt she is responsible to save everybody, not only her children, everybody. Well, it's a lofty goal, but the reality is it's not that easy. And her herself also mentioned it's not her duty to save everybody. Everybody has their own path. It's kind of harsh in a way to say, but we designed to have such experience to learn. And also those guilt coming from, the sadness comes from, and all those what do you call it, panic attacks, nightmares, claustrophobia, all those things came from one life instance, that trauma carried all that. And also she had this ball of heavy emotions on her chest. That was combination of all feeling of guilt, sadness, depression, unable to save everybody. All those emotions were all in the kind of ball of it, sitting on her chest. So Haya herself released everything and kept telling her, let go, let go, let go, let go. Kept telling her, let go, until the entire ball of heavy emotions it all dissolved. So she experienced total healing from that. Now, after she came out from the trance work, when we were talking about what's been done, she told me that her chest is now completely free. There is not a single of heaviness in it. It's completely feel light. That is marvelous feeling. And then I don't know whether I told you that about when she was under trance, when the flood was happening, she was not only having tears, but also when she was gasping for air. And it's like like that, right? And then she woke up in bolt bolt up and sat right there and look at me, glazing eyes, looked at me. I don't think she looked at me, but from the trance, that's what happened. And I told her that it's all good, safe, you are safe, everything's fine. Relax. Everything is fine. Relax. Now close your eyes, lie down again, and relax. Finding you relaxed. So that has been occurring in so many nightmares of panic attacks. The reliving the past again and again and again. So that's a good lesson when you have such repeating experiences. It is a good chance that it could happen before, and we need to solve that reason. And we have to find out what it is and heal from it. Until you do that, you keep suffering from that same phenomena. So this is Yang's session story. But like people come in and they say they have claustrophobia and everything. The reasons are all different, but symptoms are same. Either they are afraid of darkness and pitch dark, like this lady, or they're afraid of tight, closed area. And some of the sessions I have gone through, some died alive in the coffin. That is really horrible ending. Claustrophobia, yes. So all these things, like everything has a reason. Until you solve that mystery and get healing, you will keep suffering. See, your higher self keep giving the messages again and again and again. Go and get it solved. Go and get it solved. See, this is what's happening. Until we look at the problem and issue with the square eyes, it won't go away. Isn't it? The life problem is the same thing. Even if we put the head in the sand and say, I don't see, but still there. Until we determine, okay, now I am going to find out. And find it out. And solve it and heal it. I think that is the best way and only way you become free from all that emotional blockages. So today we talked about that, and a lot of things are involved in this kind of one life. We can talk individually, maybe some other time, but I kind of put together under the title of Claustrophobia, and then we can talk about all these issues lumped in together, right? So I hope that this session story kind of gave you an idea why people are suffering. And the past life trauma has many impact on current life issues. So until I see you again, you take care.